everyone's having a good day. I am back. I think I ran ads, but it also says that ads will run again in a minute. So I don't know what's going on. We just got done with Lone Far changing tides. Excuse, excuse me, damn it. Whoa, hype up. Careful, careful, little one. Careful. So we're gonna try Brigador now, see how that goes for a little while. If we like it, we'll keep doing it. If we don't like it, we'll try something different. It's just gonna be a random night tonight until I call it a night, whenever that is. So I do apologize, but my my spirit got a glass of well, more like a fire hose of water jumped on it with the revelation that my job is coming to an end. So if I'm a little melancholy, I apologize. I'm trying to keep it up. I kind of knew this was coming, or figured it was coming. I just wasn't expecting them to say, "Oh, by the way, this is your last week, next week." So that's frustrating. But c'est la vie. So we're gonna get into it, and yeah, hi puppy. Can I help you? Yeah. SMR dog eats microphone. I don't think is going to be particularly a fave. Let's try Brigador. This is an older game. I've heard good things about it, but I've never actually played it myself. Freelance acquisition. Whoops. Settings. Nice. Acquisitions. So these are pilots. Ah, hi, buddy. Buddy. There we go. Coffin? Interesting. Removal of a one target personnel, optional light loyalists. Caution, your legal status as a citizen of Sol Nober will be permanently revoked upon completion of your first contract. Still on interest. Oh. There we go. Huh. There we go. Every once in a while, we run across a game that doesn't like capture display, and then you have to turn on game capture. Your legal status as a citizen of Sol Numero will be permanently revoked upon completion of your first contract. If you have any questions, purchase a copy of the terms and conditions and frequently asked questions. Sol Numero concur hereafter SNC has intel on Romero Castello, a military commander in civilian clothing, attempting to escape the present situation. SNC has isolated him on the highway using district gate controls, taking applications for an active limited time contractor hereafter. Brigador? It's a Turo. armed with Abbott's 105mm cannon and Maya Dois 12mm machine gun. The smoke protector for defense. This loadout is tough, versatile, and effective at any range. Good all-around damage. Don't really have a choice. Some weapons and vehicles are much louder than others. If you find yourself getting swarmed by enemies, try using quieter weapons. Interesting. Is the game flickering for you guys? Oh, bottom and top bar are... Oh, that is fascinating. Why the fuck would you do that? Thank you, Jameson. So I think we got it figured out now. It doesn't seem to be flickering anymore. Anyone got any? Is it flickering for anyone? Oh, good. Okay.
Great leader is dead. So the rate must fall. Remove the marked target to accept contract.
Oh, I actually get money for killing people? Oh. Am I a terrorist? Feels like War of the Worlds and I'm the alien. So there is ammo to be concerned about.
Welcome, Brigador.
Brigador. Better figure out your defensive armament too. I don't know what that does. Middle mouse button. Kill 100 civilians. Complete awakening on foreign shores in campaign mode. Earnings and statement. Many years ago, the preliminary group Nova Excrucio del Povo seized power of Sol Nubra, capital city of Nova Sol, our colony. Peaceful negotiations with the leader of the NEP, the tyrant known as Great Leader, have failed. After Great Leader closed the spaceports, the citizens of Sol Nubra have been forced to endure years of regressive economic policies and isolationism. So long as his menacing array of orbital guns installed throughout Sol Nubra point up to space, there can be no outside assistance from the SNC or other benefactors. It is accurate to consider your participation in the present operation opportunity a heroic sacrifice, a tangible contribution to the restoration of rightful planetary self-governance. With your help, the SNC will restore Sol Nubra to prosperity. Become Brigador. Removal of opposition. Greater than 70%. Light loyalist. Clotel Alto, your reputation precedes you. The SNC counts many admirers of your work as in its employ. The situation on the ground in Sol Nubra will take a little explaining, however. Following your in-mission instructions, if you would be so kind. We apologize for starting you off with no ammunition until you leave the base. Some of our maintenance techs are nervous around you. By all means, please familiarize yourself with your Zulig in a lightly defended subdivision in the Letterard district of Sol Nubra. Welcome, Brigador. Armed with dual Banshee 14mm chain guns, the smoke projector for defense, this loadout is excellent at range and at focused damage on a single target. Excellent against armor and shielding, mediocre against structures. Destroy all powered substations, lowers panic walls. While destroying all comm stations increases the spot timer for alarms and reduces any alarms alerting radius. Destroying orbital defense batteries will draw attention to the site within a large radius. Okay. These squares indicate helpful information. Stand near them to read its text. Spacebar to stomp, R to pick up ammo. Left and right mouse buttons to fire. Mission complete. Find your exit. Lateral damage. So it does actually pay to destroy people. I don't know how I feel about that. Well done, Miss Alto. Would you mind providing another such display of prowess for your next contract? There is a request from upper management to see a video feed of Alto in action. Your task is to sweep the neighborhood and neighboring industrial zone of loyalist tanks. Good hunting. Use the randomize button in freelance mode to find new loadouts you might not normally pick. Variety is the spice of Brigador life. Aim at a target using your vehicle's firing arcs. Blue firing arc is your primary. Okay. That stomp ain't light. Oh, no. No, it is not light. Red firing arc is your secondary right mouse button. Fire weapons whenever your firing arcs are intersecting. Weapons hit whatever your firing arcs are intersecting. Pay attention to cover height while aiming. You need to reorient your legs towards. Okay. Did you walk around instead of stomping those barricades? No, I didn't. Brigadors walk through walls. Mouse holding is essential. Stomp to mouse hole through buildings and hit the tank from behind. Follow the green door icon at the right of the screen. Find the exit. term for mouse holing. Makes sense. I mean, yes and no. I mean, sure, totally it makes sense as a term, but at the same time, to say that a mech the size of a building is quote-unquote mouse holing seems like two vastly different ends of the spectrum. The Dutch Fist. Coltot, your aptitude for violence in a mech rivals your skill with a blade up close. The SNC will surely achieve these contracts for posterity. Please continue your removal of loyalist forces into the next sector of Latterard. Control the toggle camera center. Crouching greatly reduces damage taken, but it brings you to a complete stop. While crouching your mouse, use your mouse to look on the road. Fire the tanks. You may need to re-toggle. Try flanking the next group. Remember, control the toggle of the camera. Turn it out. Marvelous, I hope we're not boring you, Clotilda. Clotilda? It's Clotilde? I don't know. It's really been a pleasure. This contract should be the last of us deigning to provide any instruction to you while you do such beautiful work. This is L. Woodston, by the way. I'll be keeping an eye out for your next contract exception. Middle mouse button, smoke screen, the tanks, shoot or stomp them. Okay, that did not work. There we go. That looked like it might have been historical. Smoke will cut down before smoke is ready again to fire. All specials are cooldowns only, no ammo cost. Quick swapping your aim while deploying smoke to cover a wider area of the tanks. So yes, it did. All projectiles inherit your momentum. You smoke while moving forward to launch it further. Use guns, smoke, and stomping to defeat the ambush. I might have cleared the area with the smoke rather than actually, like, helped. Find your exit, yeah. It's actually kind of fun. Turn it out in campaign mode. Previous SCN contact dispatcher has been resigned. Akar Sigan, your dossier has flagged you for probationary oversight. You will not be finished with ammunition for this contract. Furnished with ammunition for this contract. Records indicate that you are not fully checked out on a Kilgore. Additional instructions will be provided as necessary. Armed with Duchess 40mm and Stutterer 27mm chain guns. With active camouflage for defense, this loadout is extremely tough and able to drive through most structures with ease. All around damage. Each level has a small chance to load a novelty spawn list, such as high-speed opponents only. You have no ammo. You will need to use other means to defeat the enemies. Hold W spacebar to bull rush. Rushing damages. Increasing tank's damage while ramming. The blue bar is under your health bar, indicates the status of the bull rush. Like specialists are stomping, this is an unlimited use ability. Use rush to flank the stationary turrets. Pump, pump. Smash into the Torbuks. Or flank through them, sure, yep. Optical camouflage, then rush to attack them. Flank them. Flanking if they're now flat, yeah. I think that counts as flanking. Sigh. We routed you to an area of Letrard with ammunition depots for on-site procurement of munitions. Clear the subdivision of local opposition. Reconnoiter for hard shield resupply. Purchase lore in acquisitions for more details. How do I... Oh, here we go. Kind of a weird system. Lore and acquisitions for more details. Say hard shields might be a good one to grab. I missed that. I missed hard shields. Locations, tech, hard shields. Which historians like to run their mouths. Okay. I don't know. Anyway. It's lore and info on it, apparently. Okay. Not a fan of this tank. Still have no ammo. Thank you. There we go. Now it can be scavenged from enemies or refilled at depots. Ammo depots explode. Circling lights show reload as well as blast radius. Depots only refill matching ammo types. Approach the depot that matches your weapon icons at the top of the screen. So don't ram into them. Got it, yeah. Don't ram into them and don't fire at them either. Hey, Simone. Don't fire at him while you're next to him? Yeah, fair.
I don't need weapons. I am ammo.
Mine rush flanking optical camo to defeat the ambush ahead. Oh, that's what's shooting at me. Shield trucks drop more shield than other enemies. Way on the top left. Green bar is your full health and cannot be replenished. Your whole health. Blue bar is hard shields and can be replenished. Light blue is overcharge, which will bleed out over time. SNC Analytics rate your performance as satisfactory despite being flagged for additional situational awareness. Briefing. Proceed. You swap between tank style controls and go to this direction controls. Good to know. Weird loadout or layout. Armor's directional rear and side hits will always do more damage. This is true for you as well as enemies. Protect your flank. Use optical camouflage to score hits on enemy flanks. Woo! Nearly ran into the ammo depot. In fact, you did run into the ammo depot. Well done. Thank you. I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that it was an ammo depot, so poo. Mud, gravel, and tank train tracks will slow down mechs and tanks. Use bullet penetration to your advantage. Most weapons can fire through flimsy materials. That was almost really bad. Friends Electric. Current projections for Brigador loss rates due to explosive hazards are unacceptable. Reroute for an infield demonstration and retraining. The SNC cannot lose any more contractors to accidental collisions with explosive pipelines. Shoot the fuel pump. Got it. Explosive hazards are frequent. Identifying and avoiding them is crucial. Identify and destroy all explosive hazards to complete the mission. Explosives are loud and will draw enemy attention. Use this to your advantage. Binder has been requisitioned for an intelligence briefing. This is L. Watson resuming contract dispatch. Ripley Snell, you are among the first Corvids as well as Agrav pilots to apply for contracts. Welcome to the SNC. In our supervisory capacity, we will walk you through your final clearance necessary to operate as a Brigador. Follow the in-mission instructions to be granted further access to contracts. Snell's conveying is armed with a Preacher 76mm cannon and Belter 20mm chain gun and EMP grenades for defense. This loadout is versatile and mobile and decently tough for anti-agrav. Good all-around damage. W to fly towards the mouse cursor. Control the toggle camera. A and D to strafe. Fly over cover. Oh, interesting. Space to ground power. That cannot be good for the vehicle. Does great damage when used at full height. control the toggle. Yep. Autobahn music box. Miss Snell, good work on that last mission. We know it was fairly close quarters for a combat zone. We just need to ensure proper targeting reticle calibration before assigning you any higher level contract. Sorry for the extra message traffic, but why does the name Snell sound familiar? He blew himself up, okay. Shoot enemy anagrams requires special attention. While you're firing arc up, the ground lights. Enemy anagram to ensure you're not missing. Test the targeting anagrams across firing aim through the target. Okay. Or does not display you are not hitting it. French maid. Ripley, you handled that highway combat quite well. You're cleared for higher paying contracts now. The analyst will probably keep flagging you for a couple more remedial briefings, but don't worry about them. Just follow along and you'll be through them in no time. Continue combat sweep through letter guard. Also, I'm remembering why I know your name. I'm a huge 12-7 fan. Can't believe I didn't recognize it sooner. Great work out there. EMPs disable enemies and their shields briefly. Listen for the beeping special cycle that reminds you that your special is ready to fire. Use the EMP again. All factions employ suicide weapons. Identify them by their red searchlights. There's friendly fire, you just ate like half your shields at point blank explosion. Yeah, I kind of thought that was the case. City Wrecker. The SNC contract dispatch is no longer with our organization. Please report any non-business related comms traffic to your designated SNC Brigadier Relations Officer. Your performance is guaranteed access to more difficult contracts. There are several targets designated for removal in your upcoming area of operation. Target vehicles will show the SNC skull, laurel, and sword emblem on your screen. Track marked targets by following the crosshair icons at the edge of the screen. Check progress on objectives in the upper right hand corner of your screen. Come on. There we go. Good soldiers. And away we go. Second scout. Oh, you three are the closest current SNC assets in Laureld. So this is open to any one of you. Now that you have the necessary clearance, the SNC will begin assigning you key infrastructural targets. In this case, a series of comm towers. Destroying them will wreak havoc, will weaken the local opposition's ability to raise a general alarm. Mind explosion hazards. Max difficulty, start difficulty, victory bonus. Oops, that was what I wanted. Spacer tanks, ooh. Just funny from what I know, Corvette, or just funny? They seem interesting. Mother's Love, wow. Music is very cool. I've been on a synth binge lately. My favorite is the 40k synth stuff. Interesting. Kraken. Interesting. There's a lot to this. Anyway, I was wondering. Nope, it's only these three. Okay. Use the blue icons are spotters. Spotter speeds you or takes damage, it will radio for help, showing a radar icon. Radio icon. When that call is complete, the alarm will sound. When the alarm sounds, all nearby enemies are alerted to your position. Alarm cannot be called off when sounded again. And can be sounded again. You prevent the alarm from sounding by killing or evading the spotter before they call for help. All enemies in the district raise their shields when an alarm sounds. Destroying all comms tower will increase radio call time and will shrink enemy reinforcement radius. The comms towers are currently marked for you with an orange diamond. Destroy them to complete your mission. Okay. base, Jameson. Are you an assassin? The nearest loyalist company at fighting strength is littered. Is moving to protect key infrastructure in response to your last mission. Despite this, the SNC has further comm tower and power substation targets selected for your removal. With advanced warning of Brigadiers in the area, panic walls will be a factor. We will brief you in mission on this hazard. Not a camo guy. Spotter sounding alarm will also trigger panic walls. Panic walls are defensive barriers that will only lower for enemies. Allow yourself to be spotted and observe panic walls in action. You must destroy substations to permanently lower panic walls in a district. Substations are currently marked in orange diamonds. Destroy them to complete the mission. Substations, comm towers, depots. Firewalls are a bit of a menace, aren't they? Yeah, they're annoying. Sturdy suckers, yeah. Yeah, we want out of there. It's out of ammo? Interesting. I did not know that that was possible. Open up your heart. The S&C is coordinating for your exfiltration, but preparations are not complete. Stand by for details. Until then, the SNC has a... Oh, okay, so which vehicle I completed it with. Got it. Has a contract available for the most crucial targets in the Sol Nova, the orbital guns. This defense array is what keeps the SNC from deploying a landing force from orbit. Destroy the orbital guns in Letterard, and the concern will make arrangements for your exit from Nova Sol. Orbital guns are high priority objectives for the SNC. Destroying the guns will cause a large and loud explosion until alerting nearby enemies. Stay clear of their explosive radius and be aware of how much attention destroying one will draw. Orbital guns are currently marked. Destroy them to complete the mission. I did not realize those were an enemy. Oh. I think I just restarted, or slammed into something that I wasn't supposed to. I also wouldn't surprise me if I got caught in the blast of that orbital gun. It didn't exactly go according to plan. Yep. Whoa, pop! Die already. This game looks wildly entertaining. Yeah. I don't know. Futuristic terrorist simulator? Not so sure about it, to be honest. Puppy. Plays into the power fantasy. Yeah. For the most part. Boom. There's another orbital gun over here, I guess? How you doing, Spoon? There's the orbital. Currently on break at work, doing mostly okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Mostly okay break on work, sounds pretty good. Yeah, I just was informed today that next week is my last week at my job before I'm let go, so that was kind of frustrating. Rip, yeah. Sorry to hear that, man. I appreciate it. It looks like I might be able to get a job in the store, at least. Which will allow me to continue. Wild Mac has appeared. Yeah, Mac's ass. Nutty puppy. Yeah, what you doing? The other thing too is I have reason to, well, I know that at least one of the guys in the division is leaving, so it's frustrating, it's concerning, but theoretically I should be able to get a job in the store, hopefully. So, despite beginning with low chances, you three pilots proven capable brigadors. Local geography and converging opposition forces make moving you through the city to SNC controlled zones via district gates unlikely to succeed. Your contract is to remove key military leadership in the form of marked command vehicles in the last remaining sector. Of littered, untouched by your handiwork. With this completed, you will exfiltrate via the nearby orbital tug on a private launch pad, which is fueled and contracted to wait for you. Upon exfiltration, you may accept payment or peruse other contract opportunities with the SNC. Good hunting. Track marked targets by following the crosshairs. Upon completing the objectives, find the yellow orbital tug spacecraft in order to escape. Music is dope? Yeah. So other than the unfortunate news, how's your holidays been? It's been okay. The big thing with the unfortunate news is I literally got it like an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. So I was informed that the 3rd would be my last day. About 2 hours ago. Not a lot of time to find something new. Still fresh, yeah. That's probably the better way of putting it. Yeah, this looks like it might be a spaceport. We'll come back for you. Other than that, I had a nice dinner with my dad yesterday. Nice quiet evening last night. We watched Muppet Treasure Island and Muppet Christmas Carol, which is kind of a holiday tradition. At least the Christmas Carol. And it was nice. Classic, yeah. Factory striders of some kind? The Order of Death in campaign. Great leader is dead. And his illusory control over Sol Nebu's fractured politics has died with him. The Corvids have seized control of roughly 25% of the city districts, including Zookeeper Zoker's Scrap. Stoker Scrap is a small, elevated landmass to the south-southwest of the southern reach. The terrain makes it an ideal defensive perimeter, and the local oil refinery is of clear strategic value for the Corvus. The SNC has more interest in the orbital guns position there. Purchase lore in acquisitions for more details. I'm wondering if my dog got stuck somewhere. Give me a second, guys. Weird ass dog. I mean, he's mine, don't get me wrong, but weird ass dog. Ooh. Mongoose. Got back to work. Hope you have a good night and a better tomorrow. Thanks, Spoon. You have a good night too, buddy. Stay safe out there. Rolling an Abbott. Cannon. Chain gun. Smoker projectiles. The Prowler. Armed with a belter chain gun and a gutter ball howitzer. Smoke projector for defense. Hit and run tactics. Highly mobile, able to fire over and through walls. Will have trouble if overrun. Armed with a stutter chain gun and a boiler laser. Active camo. Loadout. Ambush. Coilless rifle and bone saw machine gun. Active camo. I think we're gonna go with Toro. This group is based on speed. Violent but ammo hungry sucker, yeah. realized what that was the instant I stomped. I recognized the explosive barrels. Don't forget shift crouch. Oh yeah! Thank you for the reminder. Hi, puppy. Time to get out of here. The NEP is reeling from the death of the Great Leader. And unexpected SNC contract activity all over Sol Nubber. Despite being an army of conscripts, their discipline and training is strong. The SNC will only have a matter of hours before the NEP reorganizes in force. Your mission in part is part of a coordinated disruption of that reorganization. Remove the designated command vehicles and forward observers occupying Linschoten, a small farm town and necropolis district. The SNC's development goals for Sol Nobre depend on keeping the local government forces in disarray as long as possible. Huss. Smoke, laser, and a cannon. Let's give this a try. Okay, so that's a cannon. Long range boom, close range laser knife, yeah, pretty much. Okay, that was not good. That was violent. I'm out of ammo. This is not good. Lasers are very hard to judge. I also need to start using my smokescreen more. Exploding yourself less? Yes, that would also be a good goal. You're alright, puppy. Pooh. That was not good. That would be the resupply for my laser that I just devastated. Maybe packing the nuke with wings? Is the priority target over some other guys building your ankles? Yeah, maybe. When in doubt, vehicle hugs. I'm out of ammo. I have no choice but vehicle hugs. Really? I drifted, apparently, because my hand was off of the controls, and I slammed into the restock point. How much fun as that is, we're gonna try something else. Autokinetic pulse for defense. Kinda curious to see what this does. Okay. Boom is boom. Really? Ugh. Alright, I think this is where we're gonna call it quits for the night, guys. I am getting tired, I'm getting frustrated with this mission, and if I'm being out of it, if I'm being honest, I'm kinda out of it. So, I think we're gonna call it a night here. This has been a look at Brigador. I don't know how I feel about it. It's interesting, it's fascinating, but there's just not that much of a draw to it. There's not much customization for me, and there's not much story for me. So, um, I think this is where we're going to leave it for Brigador. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow or not. Just 1 second, guys. Doink, doink. There we go. Night, Jameson. Have a good one, buddy. Thank you for posting the Discord. The Discord is open. We'd love to have you. Links in the about my page or prefer to ask the bot. Or Jameson has posted it. So thank you, buddy. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow or not. It kind of depends on how work goes and when I get home and all of that fun stuff. Like I said, I've been let go of my job. It was occasional seasonal, so it's not that big a surprise. And it sounds like Best Buy has been reorganizing. Best Buy / Geek Squad, which is who I work for. So there are positions that existed before the break, um, that don't exist now after. I should say rather than break after the holiday season. Um, the a lot of people were under the understanding that there were some positions that had been vacated right before the holiday season, and thought that they would get filled with part-time seasonal, or was hoping that would be the case. As it turns out, those positions are going to be left empty, um, after part-time seasonal ends. So, prime example, one of the guys I worked with in home theater had a partner that left right before the holidays. His partner's position does not exist anymore. So the thought was I was probably going to fill that position, and now they've determined that they're just not going to have that position. So, long story short, the reason this is all important is I need to find a new job, and there are openings within the store that I can apply for, and I might be doing that tomorrow after work. So we'll see how it goes. Um, Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Have a good one, but everybody, I really do appreciate you hanging out and spending your time here. Hopefully your holidays are, and continue to go well. Stay safe, everyone. And if I don't see you sooner, I'll see you later. Good night.